Hey, what's up everybody? Sorry about that little pause there for a sec. I was trying to figure out if I could moderate the live stream from my phone, and for some reason I'm not exactly sure if I can post a poll from my phone to the live stream, or I might have to technically do that on my computer over there. So I was just trying to figure that out real fast. I guess there is a bit of a delay. But yeah! I'll just have this so I can see the chat easier. What's up everybody? I am so sunburned! Yeah. I'll just say I'm wearing this sleeveless shirt just because my sunburn is really, really bad. I don't go outside that much in the daytime, and I was outside in like a park for an extended period of time a couple days ago, and oh, did I turn into a lobster. It was bad. Yeah, this is actually it less red, if you believe that. And yeah, what else are we needing to do? Yeah, I tend to, the way it works with me, I don't know if this is the same with everybody, but like I burn really easily the first time, and then afterwards I kind of get like a little tan, and then I don't usually have as many problems. It's a little worse now that my like skin is more sensitive, and like I don't go outside as much, so I get less the one from the sun. Vitamin C, vitamin D, one of those. Vitamin D's nuts. Oh my god. Okay. I guess we'll just start with what I have done to him since the last time. Actually, wait. I apologize, guys. I woke up like at 4:30 p.m. today, because I work overnights, and I was trying to get together for this stream. Okay, I put some stuff on this sticky note so I can remember to tell you guys. So, I officially have a streaming schedule now, if you are unaware. So, now more than ever would be the perfect time to become a channel member. So if you want to support me personally, it is greatly appreciated. You can always become a channel member, and if you do, you get some fun emojis like these ones. I just spammed them in the chat. You guys can't see that on here, but yeah, I just figured since I'm streaming once a week now, now more than ever on my channel, like officially I have like a streaming schedule, would be the best time to become a channel member, if you just want to support me and get some fun little emojis. And honestly, that's the only thing you get, but I greatly appreciate any sort of financial assistance. Yeah, it does cost, I think it's like $1 to $5. I set it up like years ago, to be honest, so I haven't really changed anything besides updating the emojis, so I'll have to go look at that. But yeah, so then the other thing was it right, last time I showed you guys a couple things. Let me pull, I always which one is it? I thought I had one where it was the full screen for that. Am I tripping? Oh well. So, this, if you guys can see that, I don't know if it wants to focus. Here you go. Is the original circuit board that was in the Helpy Elmo animatronic, and I messed it up so bad trying to fix it, because I am not good at soldering. Like, right here, it like the connection point itself got messed up. Come on. It's like backwards. There we go. Like the connection point itself was messed up, so I like jerry-rigged some plastic pieces and like did my best to solder it. And then also another one of the wires was like all messed up, so I had to essentially replace this entire chip with a new one. So I had found like 4 of the same like Elmo doll at Walmart on clearance, which was like an awesome find. But I had to sacrifice one of them to fix Helpy, and I just figured, I realized I still had this in my drawer over here, the like junk drawer. I figured I should mention it, that because I think it looks kind of cool. And like I guess you guys can see I am not nearly as good with electrical stuff as I am with conventional things. So yeah, come on, focus. There we go. And yeah, so I think that was everything I wanted to say at the start of the stream. How's everybody doing? I have not had a chance to read the live chat yet. Hey, whoa, Aiden's in the chat. What's up, man? How's it hanging? Cool. But yeah, so last week I was able to get like his chest and his arms done, or like this segment of his arms done. I actually ended up redoing this arm completely. Like I took the fabric off and made it just a little bit wider, because it was kind of restricting the movement on the little guy, so I wanted to fix that. And then some of you probably wonder how I did the legs. Basically I just took this brown fabric that I have. It's kind of like this fleece kind of material almost. It's got a little stretch to it, but it's not like super stretchy. And basically I did the exact same thing that I did for the arms, but for the legs. So I cut like a strip of fabric out and like wrapped it around and then glued it there. I wasn't able to turn it into a sleeve and slide it over because of the way the foot was done. Technically, if you want to go back through and retake out all of these screws, if you're careful, you can disconnect the feet and then maybe be able to slide like the pant leg up that way. But the way that I do it is I just sort of wrap it around and then glue it, and then I added this like waist section after the fact. So I just straight up glued it here and here, made sure it worked, and then I glued it all the way around on both sides, and then I just cut some fabric pieces and just glued it directly to him. So his pants don't come off. They are basically his legs. And then right here, I took some strips of the same material and just kind of added like a little cuff link. Cuff link? Is that the right one for a pant leg? I'm not sure, but just to give it like a little bit more 3D effect. And I did the same kind of thing with the gloves here on the side. Was I just made the little mitten part, glued it on, and then I like double secured it with like a strip of the more tan color. So some of you will probably notice that the color I went for the pants isn't exactly accurate, but the current plan, wait, so his pants are more black, but there's these brown stripes on it. So the plan for Bendy's pants here is basically I made them out of the brown fabric, and then I'm going to physically paint the fabric black, but I'm gonna leave brown stripes visible, so it'll get that stripe effect. But basically, I'm painting the opposite of the stripes. Like, I'm painting the majority of it black and leaving like little stripes on it. So that's the current plan for his legs. And yeah, so if you're wondering how I did the mittens, I'll just do a quick little tutorial for you guys. So basically, all I do is you grab kind of like a square and your hot glue, and then remember to make the mitten part a little larger than you'd expect, because it goes from being 2D fabric to like a 3D like thing. So like when you cut it, you want to have more so that it doesn't get like super scrunched in the center, if that makes sense. So basically, to make a mitten for this guy, you just want to get a flat side and do like just a steady bead of hot glue in a U shape, like that. So once you have that, be careful, don't burn yourself, and you just flip the fabric over or put another fabric piece directly on top. I'm just gonna flip it over because this is just a little tutorial. So you flip it over and then you want to press it down so it like really seams, like fills that seam section in the U right here. Just don't press too fast because you might burn your fingers on the hot glue, but let it sit and then press it down and you'll get this little pocket here. So once the hot glue is cooled down, we just take our scissors and trim it out. So I'm gonna start on this part right here, and then pretty much I like to trim a little bit extra around the hot glue, and then trim it a little shorter once the hot glue is dried. So you get basically this shape, essentially, this little pocket almost from doing that. Now the way you make it more seamful, that's not a word, is it? Seamful? Seamless? Seamless. That's the word I was trying to say. Seamful. Where did I get that from? Okay. Well, what you do is you just sort of trim it along the edge there. So you want to basically get it so that there's no extra fabric like this. Where there's this extra fabric, you want to trim it pretty much on the hot glue itself, like the edge of the outer part of that U, just so you get that solid seam. And then once that's done, this is kind of just a crash course real fast. I don't even need this for anything. What you want to do is be careful when you do this, but you want to kind of cut the corners in a kind of diagonal line towards the center, almost to make it more of like a shield looking shape, if that makes sense. Kind of like this. It's not super important if the edge seam here gets messed up, but you can always trim it a little bit. But once the hot glue is dried, all you gotta do is stretch it a little bit like this, and then you just flip it inside out. And just make sure the seams are all pushed out as far as they go. And you have a little mitten officially. So it's basically a little bag. I like to trim the excess off on the corners here a little bit to kind of make it a bit more flush, like flat, I guess, if that makes sense. So like that. And because we trimmed those corners, it basically makes it so that this seam section here doesn't stick out in like a hard corner square, because if it does, it makes it a lot harder to put the little robot hand inside of this. And the reason you want to make it a mitten is because what you do after this is you don't glue it to the robot hand at all. Like, you don't do that. You glue it to the end of the arm piece that you attached at the shoulder here. So this arm is technically like a loose sleeve. It's just sealed at the end. And that allows it to have a lot more wiggle, and also for you to press the button in his hand without messing up any of the wiring and stuff. And yeah. So what? Sorry, there was a guy spamming. Where was I? So yeah, the next step would be taking the little mitten and gluing it to the sleeve, and then you would trim a longer piece. So you could maybe take a scrap piece, and you want to make sure it's long enough that it could reach around the entire thing. So you just sort of try your best to nip it in a straight line, like this.
My name is Edwin. I made the mimic.
Oh my god. You know, the worst part about being autistic... No, I'm joking. Honestly, it makes life funny. It's just like vocal stems. Though I will be the first to say vocal stems have gotten me in some weird situations before. I don't necessarily recommend it. But yeah, so what you would do for the other bit is you would cut a little rectangle piece. You would wrap it around the mitten and just glue it for that, like, wrist part. Bruh moment. And then basically for the thumb, all you do is take some extra fabric and sort of just glue it together in the same way. So you just flip this around, like so, and you kind of just mush it to be flat, and then you fold it another time with a little more hot glue to basically turn it into like a little tube of fabric. So it's just fabric and hot glue. I've not been paying attention to the live chat, by the way. And yeah, so then you basically just trim one end to kind of a point on that, and then the way you attach it is you just sort of glue it near the seam, and then depending on which side, which arm it is, you would glue it like this, or if you flip it to this side, you would glue it on the opposite. So yeah, that ought to do it for that one. Yeah, what else did I do? Oh, right. So, if you guys remember last stream, the back of his head was exposed. I used the same fabric that I used for his arms to basically cover that section and then glue it to kind of hide it. And then I gave a little bit of extra fabric here so that when his head opens up, it still opens up properly. And then I also glued a little bit on the inside here. But I'm gonna work on the inside of his head probably next time. Yeah. I think what we'll do first is I kind of want to try to make his little vest. And I was thinking about how I would do that. And my thought was I could maybe just make it out of foam. Make a physical little vest and just like put it around him and then paint it to be the proper colors. That might actually be the easiest way to do it now that I'm thinking about it. Don't touch the child. People are asking big paragraphs. I'll just say, if you send a big paragraph, I probably won't be able to read it, just because I am a very slow reader and the chat likes to move. Okay, somebody was asking about when Fate Comes Knocking merch, and unfortunately, currently I am not able to afford the production costs of anything like that, just from where I am financially at the moment. Living is expensive in my country. Well, and I'll just leave it at that. So I do have a little bit of When Fate Comes Knocking merch, but it's all like posters and things. What was I doing? Hey, we got a moderator in the chat. Let's go. Atomic. Could you keep an eye on the chat for me? There's been a couple annoying people. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we'll basically cut this into a rectangle first. Let me pull up my reference photo. Okay, so his little vest goes past his waistline to about here. So I have to make sure that the rectangle is the proper scale real fast. So that should work, probably. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna, oh, don't mind that. I'm sure that's fine. I'm just gonna line this and cut it with the scissors. Metal rulers, they're awesome for scoring foam. I recommend getting a ruler that's longer than 12 inches, just because if you want to build anything like costume related, generally the scale you're working in is larger than like the standard 1 through 12 inch ruler. So you can get them at like craft shops and stuff. This one's a 1 through 18 inch. It's got like a little no slide kind of, looks like poster board. I don't know what the proper name is for that stuff, but yeah. I need my pencil. Get out of the way, Bendy. Ah! Okay. I did have a couple other things I wanted to mention briefly while on stream. I won't go into too many spoilers. just because I don't know if everybody is caught up. Sorry. Of course my viewer count spiked when I did that. But yeah, Secret of the Mimic! The Mimic! The Mimic is out! Okay, I might be incredibly biased, but I really enjoyed it. Like, I haven't played it, but I watched a ton of people do Let's Plays and stuff, and oh my god, the lore! So, that's pretty much my opinion on that one, but I think the game is freaking awesome. Damn solid 5 out of 10, you're right. If you weren't a moderator, Atomic, I would ban you right now. No, I'm joking. But yeah, so I personally thought it was really good. Some of the new lore confuses me a little still, but that's kind of how every FNAF game goes at this point. So I think, what's the top of his vest look like? Okay, so it's something like this. Okay, so basically my plan is to glue it together kind of at like, it's like a rectangle, and I'm gonna glue it almost in like a semi-cone shape, and then I'm gonna trim it that way so that it has the little vest section. Little vest button section? What's the word? Seam? Connection point? The button zone. I don't know. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. I say as I'm already lost it. Okay. So this will go like show. Trim that, just cause, what's the worst that can happen? Like they always say, measure once, cut twice. That is, in fact, the exact opposite of what that phrase normally is, but I like to be a little silly. Why did I sound like Markiplier when I did that? Hello everybody! Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier, and today we're playing Poppy Playtime. I love Markiplier, but I still can't get out of my head his Poppy Playtime Chapter 2, I think it was Chapter 2 playthrough, where he spent like 2 hours in that one room. Like, that lives rent-free in my head. Don't worry. I worry myself. Let's see. So if we go like this, I want to say, yeah, like that. Another thing that you can do to score foam is if you have a little bit on the longer side of like a fingernail, you can usually score foam pretty easily that way, but it is a little harder to see. Let's see. Now we just have to add his little, what's the word? Armholes. Man, I'm blanking on everything today. That's okay though. Ah yes, R.I.P. Pianosaurus. Gone too soon. Okay, so I'm just kind of guesstimating the location of these. So hopefully I'll get it. I guess I can always trim it more. But that should be a decent enough. Well, guess we'll find out. Ooh. There we go. There we go. I might have to trim the base here a little higher, but I like the look of this so far. So we are going to fold this as it goes, and then scrunch it this way, and then use the light to line that up. Just make sure. And then so that we get an even size piece, we trace the cutout from before. I guess you guys need to be able to see it. Careful. Don't burn yourself on accident. That shit burns you. Did I put this on backwards? This way. Okay, now comes the challenge of seeing if I can stretch it to go around properly. If I did it right. There we go, I think, kind of. Uh-oh. We might not have put the hole far enough. No! Okay. Not the end of the world. Just make it a little wider. So, who's all played Secret of the Mimic, and who's just watched other people play it? I'm curious. Should I do a poll? I could do a poll. Atomic, somehow I'm not surprised. Which way did this go? It's like, this way. Flip. Okay. I personally really like a lot of the new characters. Yes, Dawkins' reactions were crazy. You are correct. I don't think it changed the lore entirely, necessarily. I just think it changed certain perspectives, I guess. Like, oh my god, he's fat. He's too fat for the vest. Now he's just... What is this? It's Edge Runner's Bendy. Wait. Falling. His vest is too small. Oh, damn it. It's okay. We can probably hide it with hot glue and paint. That's what I do anyway. There's an audio issue? Bruh. What's the problem? What did I do? Is it that quiet? Hello? Hello? Am I quiet to anyone else, or is that just Atomic?
I need to know.
He looks like the girl from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Oh my god. Alright. I'm gonna assume it goes to about the top of his pants here. So that's where I'm gonna start the... Basically, my plan is to kind of sketch on the foam and then trim accordingly. And then I'll just add a couple more pieces for the front. And then I think I am gonna just glue this directly to his body, but I'm gonna finish trimming it first. So his pants end about here. So we'll just put like a line, like so. His neck goes like this. Hey, welcome. It's just Atomic. Okay. This vest is taking a little longer than I thought it would, to be honest. Been going for 40 minutes. So, I know I've asked you guys a couple questions in the past already about what I should do streaming-wise, but I've got a couple more ideas for a few things. Like, every once in a while, I might show off a Chapter 4 When Fate Comes Knocking prop at the end of my live streams, I'm thinking. Because I have been building them for a while now. But I've been keeping them secret. And basically, it wouldn't be like a spoiler reveal. It would just be kind of like a, hey, look at this cool thing kind of reveal. And yeah, I wouldn't be like revealing too much, anything like crazy obvious. But I just think it would be kind of fun to kind of make people know that I'm still working on the series and stuff. So it's not dead in the water, it's just the production is taking so long. Which is kind of just how things is nowadays, I guess. Not that production didn't take forever in the past, it's just with Chapter 4, it's a really big project, and I just really want to make it good. So I'm going to be putting like my entire heart and soul into it, even though I'm an atheist. So take that information what you will. I think this part needs to be more like there we are. Hopefully this will look good enough. Like that. Hey, shout out my 12 viewers, my 12 concurrent viewers. I appreciate all of y'all. The hardest part about making a character that's not like a withered animatronic is making stuff match when it's like not broken and things. That's the most difficult part, in my personal opinion. I think that's mostly because I like to specify, or I like to work with like broken stuff. Like, all my builds are nearly all like broken animatronics and stuff. I don't know. I think it's funny. But yeah, I figured I should mention that. Moment of truth time. We will trim the baseline here. Hey! JL Trip. What's up? I bet you're a cool person. How's everybody doing? I haven't asked that for a few minutes. I think the Abacus Network is underappreciated. It needs more updates. But also, I need money to be able to pay my rent, so things are taking longer than I wish they would. But it's about the journey, not the destination. Though, in my personal opinion, the destination is also quite important. Alright. I might trim the rest of this. Ooh. I hope you're okay. It's best to lock in rather than crash out. You gotta put that explosive energy somewhere, you know? Lock into a cool project. It's helped me get my mind off a lot of things. So, highly recommend locking in over crashing out. That's just a personal opinion. There we go. Now for the color. I should probably do it in the camera view. Probably help. I forget what the other views are. Which one's this? Does that help more? Man, I really need to set up more shortcut keys here. Oh well, we'll just keep it on this one. I want to make a shortcut on my streaming program. I gotta remember to do this. Make it so that the other camera is in this bottom corner, but also this top camera is still the main one. I want to do one of those so that you guys can hopefully see more of the build and stuff in the future. I've just been procrastinating. But I'm forcing myself to stick to my streaming schedule. So I plan on streaming every Wednesday till forever. So, yeah. Unless I change my schedule to a different day. But yeah, you get the idea. Okay, I think that is a good start for the vest. I might glue the back of his neck to him, and then start there. That might be the easiest way. And then like around the... Okay, here comes the challenge. Oh, I forgot to mention, the head is no longer able to be disconnected from the body, just because it kind of broke a little and it was really janky to begin with, so I just was like, it'll be stronger if I just glue it static facing forward, rather than having the turning mechanism. I feel like it's an okay sacrifice to give up the head turn to be able to still have that stability. Because, like, I would hate if he was dancing and his head just fell off. Like, oh, that would suck. But yeah, so let's go like this. Come on. Go back the way you were supposed to. There we go. And like I said, I'm gonna paint this foam to be more accurate colors later. But at the moment, this is where we're at. Okay. I like the length of this section. Kind of. Might glue that down. Is it? I'm trying to see if it's crooked. I don't think it's crooked. I see the problem. I guess it was slightly crooked, so one of these sleeve holes was a little lower. So I'm just gonna trim it a little bit. That should do it. Hey, thanks for the $5. Jail trip. Sounds like a cool dude. Thank you. Is it difficult to put the pieces together? Well, luckily my name is not Edwin. My name is David. Where is my ball? Ah! Anyway, I love that David's ball is a canonical item now in the Five Nights at Freddy's universe. Spoilers.
My name is Edwin. I made the mimic.
Hey, thank you, thank you. Money makes it so I can afford to do this. I appreciate it so much. Like, for real, no cap. On God, even though I'm an atheist. For real, for real. There we go. On Edwin. Yeah, that's better. Edwin, if Edwin can make the mimic, then I don't know. Power scaling wise, I think he's better than God. That dude, he's a carpenter. He don't know anything about robotics. I don't know if that joke I just made is considered blasphemy or not, but you know, you only live once. Alright, let's glue this bit. This is kind of how I did the Poppy doll outfit. I still really like how I did the doll body for her, but the face, oh my god. I missed the mark so hard on that one. I tried to fix the hair and then it's still like half done over there. It's been like half done for like a year. So I don't know if I'm ever gonna finish her. That one is difficult to put the pieces together. Mostly just because wigs and hairstyles is not my forte. That shit complicated. New Edwin religion just dropped. Let's go! Ooh, any monster flavor recommendations? I'm glad you asked. As a trans person, this is part of my culture. At the moment, I'm drinking the pink one. Ultra Strawberry Dreams. That one's probably my favorite. Not sponsored. Either that or the grape flavored one. Just cause, I don't know, in my childhood, there was like grape Fanta soda. And that shit slapped, dude. I guess it's just like a nostalgia thing. Okay. So, I'm gonna glue this top seam down just to make it easier. So I don't have to paint underneath here. Gamer Subs energy drinks. I've heard about those, yeah. I used to do G Fuel a lot, but I kind of just stopped ordering them and then haven't really ordered anymore, I guess. I don't know. Okay. The backside of his vest is all done. Now comes the challenging part of making this front look correct. So, his neck kind of goes down in like a V shape here. I was hoping I wouldn't have to trim anything for a second, but that could work. Okay, right, try to glue that. There. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna try to glue this to kind of like extend the piece a little bit. I'm probably gonna get my fingers a little, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. I'm just kidding. Be careful around hot glue. That shit hurted. Gamer Sup. That shit kind of rules. Hey, yo, Gamer Sup. Sponsor me. Plus. You know, that would be like super surreal if I ever got sponsored by like an energy drink thing. It would have to be like Monster or like Gamer Sup or G Fuel, cause like I'm so particular about the flavors I like. It's like if somebody tried to pay me to like a different one, I would be like, I don't know, I don't really want to try a different flavor today. But that's just me. There we go. Well, we'll trim it a little more. Ooh. I guess you guys probably can't see it very well, but I extended this bit and I'm gluing it like down here, and then this one I'm gonna fold over top of the seam here. But this bit needs to go about like there. That would look okay. Guess we'll find out. Alright. That doesn't look too bad. Okay. Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah. If I ever get an email from Raid Shadow Legends, I'll be like, I'm back, baby. I don't know. I don't think I'd take it, though, because I don't really like mobile games, but I don't know. I feel like Raid Shadow Legends has been around for so long that it's like, who even plays that? Do people play Raid Shadow Legends? I've seen so many commercials, but like nobody ever talks about it besides like for the memes, you know? Bye Raven, thanks for tuning in. Okay, I think I'm gonna glue this like this, and then maybe leave like I don't want to leave like too much of a gap here. But like I think that'll work if I just stretch it a little bit. We'll give that a whirl. There we go. Oh, it's starting to look pretty cute, I will admit. Alright, I definitely want to finish building the vest before I end the live stream. We are just over 1 hour, but I mean, I just try to keep these below 2 usually. But I should be able to finish this before then, I think. Or at least the vest part. Might not get to the bow tie today, but we shall see. This piece might work. Actually, no, it won't. a larger piece. Yeah, we'll use this piece. Trim it to a more manageable scale. Do the same thing here. I know I've mentioned this before, but you can always use the tip of the hot glue gun as kind of like a spreading tool, I guess, because it gets hot as well, so you can kind of keep the hot glue warm and like spread it out a little bit without burning yourself if you use the tip of the hot glue gun. So
Yeah.
ugh, sunburn is the worst. I was gonna say I usually don't burn, but also I don't go outside, so my bad. Alright. Now for the pièce de résistance. I want this to overlap just slightly. That'll work. Hey, I think that's starting to look pretty good. I'm gonna give him probably a pretty large bow tie, because from what I see on his actual one, it goes like past his shoulders. So his actual bow tie will probably be pretty large. So I think that'll add to the cuteness factor. Make sure I get this even is the most difficult part. Okay, I think that should do it. Let's find out. Almost. We nearly got his little vest shape correct. I just want to glue it down before I finish trimming this side. So we'll go like this. This little bottom section I'm not gonna glue down so it sticks out just a little bit from the pants. Like this little triangle section. So that part will not be glued down, but the rest of the vest will be. Now go scare the children. Yes, the children. Oh my god. I really need to stop procrastinating and just film the burn trap or death trap cosplay thing, because it's technically been done for a minute. I just need to actually properly show it off. So procrastination sucks is basically what I'm saying. Everybody gets it. Alright. This one needs to be ever so slightly more. Yes! Okay. Final bit. Bada bing, I think. Let's see. Yeah! Okay, I think the seams won't really be that much of a problem once I paint it. But honestly, they don't stick out too much anyway. It's got a cute little vest now. Okay. I think we're gonna add a couple little physical details to it and then call it there. For tonight, but don't go away quite yet, because before the live stream ends, I'm gonna show you guys a chapter 4 When Fate Comes Knocking prop. Just as like a little teaser. It's nothing too crazy, but I think it's cool. Some of the artist fans might also think it's cool. Alright. I think what he needs is his little pockets, 2 buttons, and like a little bit of a 3D collar at the front here. What should I use for the buttons? Are these too large? Those aren't too bad. I got this bag of like off-brand Lego 1x1s that are like tile pieces, like round ones. They work really well for like little detail accent pieces. So I like to use them quite a bit. So I think I'm gonna use them on this guy too, for his little buttons. Oh, if I could pick it up. One button. button. I think I'm gonna try my best when I go and actually paint this to make these look like buttons. Like I'll do 4 tiny little black dots on it, on each one, to try to make it look like that, like sewing button effect. So next we need some pockets. They don't need to be too big, just some little pockets. So we'll take this piece. It's probably big enough. Fold it in half. Trim it a little. And trim it this way as well. Then fix the mistakes. I'm gonna make them a little thinner actually. Favorite FNAF song? I'll just be real, the FNAF fandom, the amount of music that just goes so hard in the FNAF fandom is like, I feel like it's like unrivaled, like nerdcore music, you know? I'd say there was one I was listening to the other night that just went really hard. What was it called? I'm not gonna play it because I don't want to get copyright claimed. Ooh, yeah. Pretty much any of the ones by JT Music go so hard. Another 5 Nights. That's the one I was listening to the other night that I freaking loved. Like, I'll be the first to admit, yeah, I'll loop it. I'll loop FNAF songs. And I think more people should. Okay. Let's get it. I'm just trying to get the last little piece done here. Guess I need to give him his other pocket too. Ah, his little vest is so cute. Oh no! Ugh, I love Darkest Desires. That one's like a pretty popular one. I don't know if you could call that one underrated. Alright. Guess I should do this one first. I don't know what the chat is talking about right now, but I'm just gonna keep working on my cute little Bendy. Let's go. Bendy on the ink machine. In a way you've never seen. Oh. I don't know if you guys could hear that. I think it's thunderstorming out right now. Hopefully it won't affect my stream quality, but I am probably almost done for the day. Okay, so what we've done so far is we've added these little pocket pieces, these little studs, and then we're currently working on the little collar bit, and then we'll just wrap another piece around. And then that'll do it. So let's finish this little guy up for today. This way. Let's go! Bada bing. Okay, last piece is we just gotta get a little rectangle and connect it around the back side of his neck to kind of make that collar section, just so that it has a little bit more 3D aspects to it. Do I have a long enough piece? I hope I didn't trim all my long pieces. That long enough, maybe? Just barely. Okay. Stretch this around. There we are. Probably. So, if my calculations are correct, that should do it. You got a fat cat and you don't know if you want to call her burnt pancake or burnt muffin. Oh my god, that's so funny. I think muffin is the funniest name for like any sort of like pet or anything. So that's my vote. But I mean, it's your cat. Burt Muffin goes hard. Thank you, Atomic. Somebody gets it. I'm actually super proud of this little vest, I'm not even gonna lie. It's turning out way cuter than I thought it would. Hey, I think that'll do it. I might paint the back to have that little strap thing on it, like certain vests have. But for now, I think build-wise we'll be done. But I think that looks really good for like a little vest. Only took us about an hour and 20 minutes or so. Alright, let's switch this. Here we are. So, hopefully you guys can see it a little better. He's got his cute little vest, and it kind of curves around his little booty. So yeah, this will all be painted to be that like Bendy and the Ink Machine shade of like dark brown or like light brown with like black like shell shading essentially. And then, not gonna do it today, but picture like a little bow tie thing. Something probably about yay big in addition to this in his little face. So we're getting there. Next live stream might just be painting, to be honest. Because I'll probably work on the inside of his head later between now and next week. But I'll try to save most of the painting for that. Like the detail work, so that you guys can hopefully see it all. And yeah, so let's make him do a little dance before we sign off. As long as he doesn't fall over. Yeah. Look at him go. I'll go like this. He's so cute. I'll have to make a TikTok of him dancing with Healthy. Bendy. Alright. Time to shut the fuck up. Thank you, Elmo. And yeah, alright. Boom. I think we will wrap up the stream here. Before I finish everything, I just wanted to give y'all a reminder. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you've made it this far in the live stream. I am going to be streaming every week on Wednesdays, starting around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is unfortunately the earliest I can live stream in my life schedule. So that's what we're doing. And yeah, so if you want to become a channel member, now would be the best time because weekly content and you get a bunch of emojis and stuff. And yeah, I think the last... Oh wait. I wanted to ask you guys, and feel free to comment your answers on the actual video here or in the live chat while I'm finishing this up. Should I do more covers? I'm not 100% sure. Like, there's a couple songs that I'm actually kind of decent at singing. They're not like Five Nights at Freddy's songs or anything. They're just like actual songs. And I've been trying to build up the confidence to actually record something. But I'm not sure if you guys would actually like that. Would you guys... Yes? I'm saying a bunch of yeses. Ooh. Atomic says no? Oh. Well, now I have to do it. Okay, cool. Maybe I'll give it a whirl. We'll figure it out eventually. And yeah, last thing. Alright, you When Fate Comes Knocking fans, are you in the chat? I'm about to show you. So, I'm gonna give just a tiny little bit of context for this and nothing else. And I'll let you guys kind of theorize how you want. So, this is a new weapon that a character will use. It's nothing too crazy. Little gun. Ta-da. I think it looks pretty cool. Used to be a dart gun. and I modified it, painted it a bunch, and it is now a handheld pistol for a specific character that I will not specify yet. Yeah, basically, if you guys remember Counterfeit's, like arm cannon, this is like similar style, I guess. And that's all the lore I'll give you. Anyway, if any artists like stuff, feel free to, I don't know. You'll see this eventually, but for now it's gonna go chill in that box. So, yeah, alright. I think that was everything for today. What if, I have an idea, to end this live stream. That'll work. Just make a little bit of room here. I have no clue if this will actually work. We'll put Bendy right here. And we'll put Helpy next to him. Little size comparison. They're built on the same thing. Helpy's head is larger. Oh, I forgot if I mentioned, I took apart that stand thing and modified it so it's just kind of like a... It's more similar to the VR game now. It doesn't have a cord on it, so it can just like connect to it. But, yeah, let's see if I can make it so these guys don't fall off this tiny little disc. Are they both on? I don't know. Should I make them both Spanish? Alright, my goal is for them to not die. Here we go. Oh. Let's see if they... Oh. Oh, stop hitting each other. That's mean. Helpy's still a little janky. If you noticed, he stopped dancing first because he gets a little wonky. Ah. Alright, and I think that is a perfect place to end this live stream. This was lots of fun. I'll see you guys next week, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and rest of your week, I suppose. Yeah, alright. Now I don't have to figure out how to end the live stream. I think I did it just, this works.